Paul, the Wednesday.
1 second, I just got to wait for the live stream to start.
Oh.
And then you're good to go. You're good.
Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the March 1st, 2023 Newington Economic Development Commission to order. Could I have a roll call, please, Noreen?
Chairman Avey.
Here.
Commissioner Beatrice.
Here.
Commissioner Havens.
Here.
Commissioner Nagel. Commissioner Stam.
He's here. I think you're muted, Chip.
I can go and check here. Let's see.
Thank you.
I did ask him to unmute.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, he's talking, but I'm not hearing. Still can't hear you, Chip.
Hi, Geraldine. Okay, there was another link. You want EDC 3. You want the webinar 3, not 2. Okay, thanks. Okay. I don't know what just happened to my screen. I just lost your screen, Eric, but
You lost it? Well,
yeah, it's no big deal. Could we stand for the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Oh, I always do it out of order. Sorry.
that's all right. I just figured you were on a roll. I wasn't going to stop
Yeah.
you.
Could I have a motion for the approval of the January 4th, 2023 meeting minutes?
I would love to, but I cannot find my email that has all that or the agenda for tonight. I meant to email you earlier and say, I don't have it.
Let me see if I can email it to you.
Oh my God.
Just sent it to you, Dana. Mary or Chip, do you want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll approve the minutes.
Okay, could I have a second? Chip, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Okay.
Do we have anyone in public that would like to join? I don't see any public participation.
There's no one in the room.
Okay, I would like to take this moment to introduce Paul Dixon. He's our new town planner. He started about 2 weeks ago, Paul.
Yep, this is my third week, so yes.
Third week. He still comes back, so we like that. Paul, welcome. And if you'd like to just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yep, so I come via the way of Meriden is actually where I've been a planner for the last 6.5 years, almost 7, and I was the director of development and enforcement there. Prior to that, I actually was in the town of Groton's planning department, working on various projects, streetscape projects, of course, zoning enforcement and working my way through the land use process. So that's kind of my professional background. Other than that, I'm learning Newington. Actually, hopefully the weather actually keeps staying nice and not too snowy, because I always found the best way to learn a town is to pick a section and walk around it and actually see what it is.
Got my email.
You're muted, Teresa.
Does anyone have any questions for our new town planner? Okay.
So what are your plans? Do you see anything jump out at you that you want to say, hey, they missed this, let's try this? Or not yet?
So my goal is always to learn everything first, before saying, here's a drastic new idea, here's exactly what you missed. It's a lot of looking at, first how everything works and then working from there, because you need to understand a system and processes before you go to change anything, get a true understanding of how it works.
Yeah, good answer.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, and since there's no one in for public participation, thank you, Paul, for your time this evening. We have our Chamber of Commerce report. Leslie?
Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Civitello, Executive Director of the Newington Chamber. I wanted to thank you for inviting me tonight. I did want to mention we are working on the State of the Town meeting. It's on March 23rd in the morning. Doors open at 8. It starts at 8:30. And this year it's going to be at the Senior and Disabled Center at 120 Cedar Street. After last year, we had a few people complain, of course, that it wasn't accessible to them. It was too far. It was too expensive. And you know the gist. So we decided to just have it more accessible to the public. So I'm hoping everybody on the EDC and the town council will be able to come out for it. We do have Matt Lesser, Gary Turco, Kate Farrar, acting town manager is supposed to speak. Mayor Beth will be there and Superintendent Dr. Brummett will be there. So hopefully we can hear their thoughts on the town and the direction it's going for 2023. It should be a good program for to attend. I'm looking forward to it. It's bring your own coffee. So there's no breakfast food, there's nothing. It's BYOE or BYOC, I guess it would be. That's what I had to convey to you all tonight. That and I guess it would be the developer, the Keeney manufacturing property did join the chamber this last month.
Yep.
And he's been pretty involved in marketing the property. So we're looking to set up something with the chamber and the Keeney property in the near future, some sort of open house type event, maybe with some walkthroughs. We've had a number of chamber members interested in seeing the inside of that building. So they're getting some legs on that, which is good to see. So I just want to mention that also.
Thank you, Leslie. Any questions for Leslie? Okay. Noreen, please note that Geraldine Nagel entered at 7:11 this evening to the meeting. Thank you. Old business, the beautification committee. Dana, I know you had some ideas about this, the different banners.
Yeah, I had sent you the email so that you could send
Right.
it out to everybody so they could
Okay.
look at it. So it's going to be, kind of hard to describe, but
Mhm.
it's I'm playing off of, the banners that we did for last fall, which I think came out great. And a friend of mine actually does economic development in a city in Massachusetts. or she's their marketing director, something like that. I can't remember exactly. And what they did with their banners is they made them like the ones that have the poles top and bottom, and they still had, you know, it signified their town, but they put a business name on it, and they sold them to the businesses to have the business name on it, and as a fundraiser. But each municipality is different, so we would have to find out, like, can we keep it put towards our beautification committee, or do we need to take any money earned and put it into human services or something like that? But I think it's an awesome idea. So, and it was very well received. She had, you know, quite a few people buy it the first year, renew, and more people came on this second year, the businesses. So, but you know, we'd have to design it and all that stuff. So I feel more comfortable people got a chance to review the information I sent you. I could resend it.
That would be great.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know if we do have a budget for EDC for the next fiscal year. I haven't seen the budget, the whole packet, so I'm not sure if we'll have any money.
We wouldn't need any money because the businesses would buy this flag.
Right, but
You
we
know what I
would
mean?
have to, we may have to put money out to get that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just wanted to throw it out there that I don't know if we'll be
We
have
may
any
not have a
money.
line item next year.
Right,
Okay.
because even if we have some money left over for this year, it doesn't transfer over to the next year.
Mhm.
So, new business. Leslie touched upon it. There is a gentleman from part of the new building at Keeney Manufacturing that would like to present, have a presentation for us for EDC. And I was hoping that April we could have a in-person meeting so he could come to town hall and present it. It's just, I think, a little bit easier to present on the bigger screens than us trying to go blind looking at our computers and everything. Mary, I just noticed your hand was up. Sorry.
Teresa, finish your thought. I have something different that I wanted to. Yeah, finish your
So
thought.
would everyone be in favor of meeting April, I believe it's April 5th is the first Wednesday. I do know it's the first day of Passover.
Yeah, your regularly scheduled meeting did get kicked to the 12th because
Oh,
of
the 12th.
Easter holidays.
Oh,
However,
Thank you.
TPZ is on the same night, so that's going to be a little problematic. What you can do is hold a special meeting. Well, it doesn't have to be on the same night, but and you could, and that would be the only topic of discussion would be his presentation.
Okay.
If you guys can agree on I have most of the meeting schedules in front of me, so I can kind of pick through and let you know if a day you pick works, but.
Okay, does anyone have any other date that would work for them? In April?
April 5th is good for me.
Okay, but we've moved it, we
Oh,
won't
to the
have it
12th?
because of Passover. So it would
Yeah.
be the 12th, but
12th is
then
fine, too. Yeah.
TPZ takes precedence in the conference room and council chambers because that's their regular night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does someone, and I know April 11th would be town council.
Right. So yes.
The 6th or the 13th is okay for me.
Okay, either day works for me. Does anyone else? The
Either
6th.
day for me is okay.
Okay. Eric, when does
So-
ZBA meet?
ZBA got pushed to the 13th because of the holiday as well.
Okay,
And I do have an application that night.
okay.
So April 6th would probably be better.
Okay. Can everyone, do April 6th?
That works.
Okay,
Yeah, that would
Tina.
sound good.
okay, so we'll make
Okay.
that, EDC in person. And I'll let,
And it will be a special meeting.
correct.
Yep. And then,
And-
yes, that would be the only item on there is his presentation. So I can have Armin come down
Okay,
and I'll just double check tomorrow and make sure I can get a room. Even if we have to get one of the smaller rooms up here, I don't imagine there's gonna be too many from the public anyway, as long as we can do the presentation. I think
right,
we'll be good.
okay.
Would 7
Oh.
o'clock be okay?
That works for me. Does that work for everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mary, you had a question before.
Oh, just actually changing the subject. So I don't know if,
Yeah.
are you guys set? Is there any other comments, questions?
I don't see any hands up, so,
Okay. This is something under new business. I received about a month ago a press release from an organization called Connecticut Main Street Center. And I don't know if that's something that, Paul, are you familiar with in your previous communities that you've worked at?
Yes, so I have seen a lot of their publications. We hadn't dealt with them too much, but yes, no, I am familiar with them.
This is new to me, and I'm not even sure if Newington is a member community or what the cost involved for membership would be. But it seemed very interesting to me because they have an assessment tool where it's a group of professionals come to your downtown Main Street area, and they do a 4-point assessment, and they identify areas that are performing well, and they also identify areas of potential growth, and they give tools and different types of guidance in how you can boost your economic development in your town centers. And so I didn't know if this was something that the EDC had previous experience with, or that previous town employees, had kind of taken some time with this particular organization. But it sounds like something that might be good for us to kind of discuss, or even maybe join or participate in. I think sometimes it's very helpful to get outside input, to look at our town center with fresh eyes. We know what we see every time, we are downtown, but it's nice to see what an objective view looks like, and especially areas that we should be focusing on in terms of development and growth. So I kind of wanted to throw that out there. I have the information. I can forward the email to you guys if you want to take a peek at it and do a little dive into that. But I feel like it's an opportunity that would be a big benefit to definitely to EDC, if not to the other organizations, TPZ or other groups that would be involved in the development process. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, and I can share what I received with you guys, and maybe we can talk about it at the next meeting.
Sure, that works.
yeah, that sounds great.
Paul, did you know if there were fees associated with it, or?
So
Like what-
that I didn't know. So from my previous role, we actually had an economic development department with a director. So we worked hand in hand on all these projects. He would deal with a lot of that, especially with economic development. Actually, the fee structures and everything would be run through that budget. So that's something that I didn't have, visibility on, but it's something I can definitely look into.
Okay, and I can try to kind of see if it's in. I don't think the specific fee information is in there, but there may be some sort of a very loose formula. My gut feeling it's probably based on population and need. But again, I'm not sure if there are multiple levels of membership or, kind of what would be involved on the finance part of it. Is that something that EDC has a working budget, or is that something that would come from the town manager's budget?
I think, Eric, you may know the structure a little better since I'm a
Yeah.
little new on
Yeah,
the block.
so I suspect, there are some accounts that we may be able to fund on the planning side. Just the structure of how we used to have an economic person. And then when the prior town manager was here, it was more of a group-based thing with a number of different employees, and we worked out of there. And the town manager was part of that program.
Right.
And so anything he needed, I think he was kind of funding on that end. And
Okay.
that seems to be the structure that James, we're carrying on right now. Is we meet as a group and team, and we have these discussions. So it's
And of course,
possible
it's budget season right now too, so that's probably the worst time for me to ask, right? So,
that's good time, Elsie. You don't ask, you don't get. So
right. But I think it's super helpful to get some fresh eyes. We know the things we always talk about, like the Food Mart Plaza and some of the other empty storefronts. But it would be very, I think, helpful to get some outside perspective and a real, like, some sort of an outline, like this is where you should start, kind of thing. And I think it certainly should be explored a little bit if everybody else has interest in it.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll review the information if you send it over either to us or through Teresa.
Awesome. I'll do that tonight. Thank you.
Thanks,
Sure.
Mary.
Thank you.
I do know that we do have some money still in this year's budget, so it might be something that we wait till right before the budget ends, the fiscal year ends, and if it's something we want to do, sign up for the following year, or wait, so then we can look into it for 2023, 2024, but pay for it from this year's.
That's a great point. That's a great
Yeah.
point.
Anything else? Okay, public participation,
There's still nobody in the room.
okay. Commissioners' comments?
Well, I was just looking at the Main Street Center, what she was talking about. They don't say anything about fees or anything. It looks like it's gonna be like a contact point for the town planners and or economic development directors. And looks like they might help you find state funding and stuff like that. It doesn't seem to be fee-based.
Okay,
Even better.
yeah.
And like I said, we'll review it all and see what we
Yeah.
can do. And
Mhm.
Yeah. Doesn't say they're not, doesn't say it's all
Right.
free. So if that's the case, then I don't like that they're so sneaky that you can't figure it out. Because I looked through all this stuff while you're talking. So that doesn't make me feel too good about them.
Well, I think that the operating word for me was member. Every time I've been a member of things, usually I got to grab my checkbook. So I'm not quite sure. But it's something I think that, especially if it is at no charge or it's something that's very reasonable, I think it might be something very, very worthwhile to
Yeah.
go forward with. So
Yeah.
I'm
Quick glance, it looks like they probably would like help you write grants and stuff like that, but we have a grant writer. But who knows?
One of the things that I think was kind of struck me, though, is it appears to be very data driven. And so, again, without knowing all of the details, I think they look at population and traffic and, parking and comparing to communities are, kind of similar towns to Newington. And so, certainly the numbers are always, I think, really, really helpful to have. And that at least gives us something strong to begin with, and especially if we have to approach maybe our state reps or something like that to assist with funding, it's nice to have those numbers ahead of time. They'll need that to do their piece of it as well. So, I mean, it sounded good.
It's worth a look into.
Definitely. Any other commissioners' comments? Okay, one thing, don't forget that the current has the best of. There are many businesses here in Newington in town that are on that best of list, and consider going through voting for them. I know there's a few from the chamber that are on there and some non-chamber member businesses, and the small businesses are what keeps us going, this town going. A majority of the small businesses in this town, unlike the corporate America and corporate big stores, they're just trying to survive and buy hockey sticks for their kids, ballerine slippers. So let's just do our best to keep Newington and the town small businesses going by going to the current.com and the best of, because we need those small businesses. Yes, Geraldine. You're muted, Geraldine.
Still muted.
Geraldine, you're muted. Can you unmute her or something?
I
Eric?
asked her to unmute, so hopefully
Okay.
she'll see.
There, right there.
There we go.
Okay, all
Okay,
right. Yeah, I'm on the Health District Committee and Commission. And the problem that's in Newington at the moment is the state changed the regulations for restaurants and cleanliness and this and that. So the Hartford Courant published all of these places. There's about 19 of them in Newington, East Hartford, East Hartford and all, that are in the paper of being a bad restaurant because they got nailed. So just a FYI.
19 of our restaurants in Newington?
I don't know. It was
That would be
19
like all of them, practically.
Hartford Courant.
They probably just listed their grading.
yeah,
No,
I
They
heard
said
something about it, but I haven't
why.
seen it.
not just the
Hmm.
ratings. They said what they did wrong too. So interesting.
okay.
Uh,
Any-
Teresa, I can give you a little update on Keeney.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
So, you guys will probably start seeing some activity at Keeney. They've applied for their demo permits to disconnect the existing land bridge between the warehouse part and the front office building. All those plans are in. They're also going to be starting work on the facade work as well, to peel off the brick, the overlays, and get back to the more Art Deco look. And that's part of his presentation that he wants to give you as well. So you should be seeing, hopefully in the next, few weeks, you'll see some more activity over there.
Good. And anything, I keep hearing that Pizza Hut's coming to town. Is that true, Eric?
I've had contact with them, so this started over the summer, so they
Oh,
appear to be moving slowly. They have a location in mind. They do have to go through a special permitting process through TPZ, as do all restaurants in
Mhm.
town. So once we get an application, hopefully last time I spoke to them, they intended on doing that. So we shall see.
okay. Any
And-
other?
And just so, what is it called? Bargain House Furniture just opened up in the old Dick's space. Yes,
Okay.
the Bargain House. It's discount furniture, they said. They have a couple other stores in New York.
Okay. Anything else from any other commissioners? Okay. I'm gonna ask for an adjournment, but I'd like to thank everyone and we'll be in person on April 6th. Thank you, Paul, for taking time to join us. And I think that is it.
Oh, and I want to say thank you for having me, and I'm happy to be in Newington.
Okay, well, have a good night, everyone.
You want
Right,
to
thank
officially
you.
adjourn?
Yeah, a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
you go.
thank you.
Second.
Okay,
All righty.
Been a while, Teresa.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
bye-bye.
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 All right. Good night, everyone.